we need them to connect more with the patient and listen.
We all pay our taxes and there's plenty of money for the NHS. You've seen Gordon Brown say they spent millions on it, but have they spent millions in the right place?
Angie's got a fit in our box, not us in their box.
This is 100% better than the old place, because the road there was only a modified house really, and there was nothing like this procedure what we have here. The person that did my operation is my own doctor. It does make you more comfortable. You can talk to the person because you already know him.
I don't have to go to different locations for various appointments to see, you know, different doctors or different specialists or different nurses or different midwives. It's all in one building, so it's easy for me.
Coming to the country for the first time, as any other person, the first service we were to avail was the GP. We registered with the general practitioner and we had a warm welcome. In terms of psychological therapy, in the beginning we had no idea at all of such a service, and that is a very, very much needed service in terms of our community and the minority communities in Knowsley, because many people had different problems where they lived. And now the Knowsley Ethnic Minority Support Group, along with the Primary Care Trust, have a survey on what are the impact of harassment on the psychological well-being of the people. This will definitely send a message across the minority communities in Knowsley in accessing the services.
I think a lot of services, you know, were imposed before, where with this it's been the stakeholders have had a major part to play in it. Because of the wide consultation that's been involved in it, the continuity of communication has been very important. You know, the end results prove that they've listened to the people.
I like the fact that the new Think Clinic, which is teenage health in Knowsley, is going to be in this building, which I think is a really good thing because it makes the teenagers and young people feel just as equal as the adults with their issues.
Well, I've been involved in Think for about 6 months, but I've used service before, and since that time there has been so much improvement. I think basically as more people getting involved, where it started off sexual health, now we've got the smoking cessation, we've got other people that come in and do different things.
Do you know what? Don't ever concentrate on the negatives. Always think of the positives. Okay, you might have had a little relapse, but if you were smoking 20 a day and you've had 2, think of the 18 you had.
When I first come, I was dreading it. You think, oh, I'm not going to cope. I'm not going to do this. But they back it all the time. It's brilliant. I've actually started all my Christmas presents for my grandchildren because I've got the money there where beforehand it was just on cigarettes. But the fact that I'm not smoking, I'm not sure. Granted, I'm not Rockefeller, but it's, at least I've got money in my pocket.
I was under the belief all the time I suffered with asthma, and that's what I was getting treated for, asthma. And then up to about 12 months ago, they suddenly found out it wasn't asthma, it was COPD. And that's when I got in touch with the COPD nurses, and they put me on this course, and I've just gone on from there. The way I felt 12 months ago, I didn't think I'd be here for my 76th birthday. But now, I'm looking forward to my 80th birthday. Well, the social services has been fantastic. They've got electricians, joiners, and things like that. Outside, they put a bar that helps me into the garden. When I go to the bathroom, I've got a bath chair that goes across the bath, and rails that helps me if I want to get in the bath. All these things help you breathe, you know, and you're not frightened to stand up where I used to be, you know.
You hear so much about people being empowered. Well, these health checks are going to empower people to have more control over their health, their own personal health.
Over the last year or two, with the job I'm doing, I'm suddenly putting on a load of weight. I thought I do need to do something about it. Find out things that I need to do, and my cholesterol was a bit high, so what I need to eat and change on my lifestyles. So go from there.
I have a history of heart problems from when I was 44, when I had my first heart attack. Then I had another one at 48. My lifestyle needed changing desperately the way I was physically at the time. Stress, smoking, overweight, all the classic stuff for heart problems, you know. And then angina built up and I eventually had a quadruple bypass in 2002. Then I found Activity for Life that we do in the Knowsley area, which we're very, very lucky to have as a magnificent facility for getting back into the real world really again. You prevent all these problems coming if you get at them early, you know. Prevention is always better than cure.
We have a very unique system within the whole of the world really. We've got to try and protect that system as best we can and use it as best as we can.
I think the PCT really do care. I mean, before getting involved I wouldn't have even known who they were, to be honest. I'd just see a doctor or anything. But now getting involved when I've had meetings with people from the PCT and other people, once I've started talking to them and saying my views, they seem really, really interested. And I know from meetings that I had a few months back, everything that I've said has been taken on board and things have been done about what I've said. So
if you don't attend these things, then nothing can ever change. You've got to be in it to win it, as they say.